watching Let's Chat.
Again, we're glad to have you here as we continue the special edition of Let's Chat. It is Thursday, the day, or should I say the Thursday before, the big Super Bowl that is coming up this weekend. And we were talking during the break, I don't think we've ever had one Super Bowl with this many local connections. And you got to consider these guys know a heck of a lot more about sports than I do. We're going to begin with Coach Buddy Nix down on the end. Coach Nix, wow, and this is a guy that gave us, what was that player's name? Oh, yeah, Terrell Owens. As a result of Coach Buddy Nix and his influence. Von Bell, we were talking about him during the break. What a talent. This guy's, he's got a long career ahead of him, providing there are no major injuries, right?
Without a doubt. And, you know, he's a playmaker. He's a guy that has a tendency to be at the right place at the right time. And I don't remember him when he came out, but I'm sure I know our scouts saw him. I just don't remember him at that time.
All right, Daryl, your thoughts on him?
Hey, well, Von, we followed him since he was at Ridgeland. Standout player at Ridgeland, goes to the New Orleans Saints and has a great career there, and he winds up in Cincinnati and is picked up right. There hasn't been a gap in his level of play since we saw him at Ridgeland High School.
Going back to that consistency thing we were talking about a few minutes ago. Your thoughts?
Ridgeland High School, Ohio State. So he's seen some pretty good competition. Been with the Saints for a long time when they were ultra successful, and now with Cincinnati. Of course, he made the play.
Right.
Got the interception, kind of set up their Super Bowl chances.
And what about Evan Mcpherson from Fort Payne, Alabama? I mean, wow. He is. I know I have it written down here somewhere. 12 for 12.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. And
Another
he's the
SEC
one.
guy.
He's the one that called. Looks like we're going to the championship, and he did that 2 or 3 times throughout the course of the season. No pressure on him. If he's going to miss one, he doesn't want to do it this weekend.
Florida Gator has. I understand his parents down in Fort Payne. They have the uprights from like Fort Payne High School or something that are out in their yard, and when he comes home, he still kicks through the uprights when he comes home.
Hard to imagine. I mean, the pressure that he has got to be under. David Rowe, our producer, and I were talking a couple of days ago about how many games this year were decided by one field goal.
Yeah.
One field goal. And this guy kicked a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And 50 yards plus on several of them.
Yeah, not just like across the street
chip
or
shots,
anything. No chip shots.
Not in the yard from the Fort Payne goalpost.
All right, who do you think is going to take home the MVP honors? Any ideas?
It'll be one of those quarterbacks, probably.
You think?
One of the 2 quarterbacks.
Daryl, I hear you thinking. All the way over here, I hear you thinking.
That's first thing you see. There are 2 wild cards, I think, and possibly MVP.
Right.
Von Miller is a great pass rusher, and if he can get to the quarterback and get a record number of sacks, he might be your MVP. Or Cup, a receiver. I mean, he can go 200 yards and catches and stuff. Those are some players to keep your eyes on.
Jim.
Okay, Coach Nix is wrong. Daryl's closer. I'm an Aaron Donald guy because I think, again, kind of the same reasons. I think you can get pressure. I don't think Cincinnati's offensive line is the greatest in the world, and I think we saw that in the Titans game. So I think,
and he's been the top defensive player for years, right?
Yeah, he's been pretty darn good. Yeah. So that's my pick.
All right, this is part of the show I always look forward to, despite it means that we're getting close to the end of the broadcast. These guys are probably ready to get out of here, but not me. Predictions. It's time for the rubber to meet the road. Who's going to start?
I'll go first so they can jump on me.
I want to make sure that we have your graphic with your prediction written down here in stone for the entire world to see. Show us the prediction of one James Lee Reynolds III. Jim, your prediction is?
See, I have a 2-touchdown difference because I think one of those guys, Miller or Donald, they're going to lead to some sort of defensive score, pick 6 type of thing. Maybe they don't intercept, but they put enough pressure on there. I think the defense is going to score points for the Rams,
right?
And that will lead it to a 2-touchdown game.
You're going 31-17.
I'm a crazy man.
Yeah, well, that's not that's a subject for another show. Jim Reynolds says 31-17. Daryl Patterson, you're going 27-24.
Yeah, Jim is probably correct though, but I felt like that since the playoff games have been close, that the Rams will probably win this one on a field goal at the end of the game.
Coach Nix, most importantly, Well, we're saving the best for last. Something like that. Your prediction on the Super Bowl.
Well, I picked the Rams, and I'm a defensive guy.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, and I think they've got the better defense. But I also think it's going to be close. I think
28-24.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, Dave Staley, who conveniently had an assignment today, went with that exact same prediction, 28-24.
Oh,
All right,
Dave's
very
a
quick.
smart guy.
We've only got 15 seconds left. Very quickly, is this going to be a photo finish, do you think? Is it going to come down to the wire, or is it going to be an extended lead during the second half?
I hope so.
I agree with Coach
best I can
Nix.
do.
We're gonna
Maybe
leave
the
it with you,
first
gentlemen.
overtime Super Bowl.
Guys, you all rock. We'll see you back here next year. We'll see the rest of you tomorrow morning at 10 right here on Let's Chat.